You're watching Euro Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer rumours from across the continent. The window may be closed in most countries, but that hasn't stopped the papers talking, so if you've seen anything yourself, let us know down in the comments below. Let's go! We kick off at Juventus, who after a relatively modest summer of transfer business dominated by loan deals, are apparently ready to make a big play for one of Europe's most coveted young players, and upset one of their European rivals in the process. Spanish outlet AS had previously claimed that the Bianconeri had been interested in Rennes wonderkid Eduardo Camavinga, and in the last few days reported they are ready to go head-to-head with Real Madrid for his signature. The 17-year-old made headlines once again during the international break, scoring on his first start for France against Ukraine to become the country's youngest goalscorer in over a century. And we wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple clubs pursuing his services next summer, with PSG and Bayern Munich also reported to be interested. And according to Tutto Sport, Juve sporting director Fabio Paratici has been keen to build a relationship with Camavinga's club, with the loan of defender Daniele Rugani at the end of the window thought to be part of this, while manager Andrea Pirlo is also understood to be a big fan of the Frenchman. This would be a massive blow for Madrid, who prior to the pandemic looked odds-on to sign Camavinga this summer, and even when it was confirmed he would be staying in France, was still confident of getting a deal over the line in 2021. And with previous reports suggesting that Rennes will charge upwards of €80 million for him, we could be in for a serious bidding war next year. Another player tipped to be playing in La Liga this year was Memphis Depay, with the Dutch forward coming close to sealing a move to Barcelona late in the transfer window. But despite agreeing personal terms, the Blaugrana were unable to secure a deal for the Dutchman, with reports suggesting that their failure to sell Ousmane Dembele permanently meant they couldn't raise the funds to bring Depay in. But over the weekend, Barca fans would have been happy to hear that a deal could be on in January. The 26-year-old's contract at Lyon is of course up next summer, and with club president Jean-Michel Aulas not confident of him signing an extension, a move in the winter window may be the French outfit's only way of getting a fee for him. And in an interview with Dutch newspaper AD, Depay said, "We'll be in January soon. We'll have to wait and see how things go. It's not that I'm definitely leaving, but there will probably be clubs after me soon." Sounds to us like he's very keen to get a move over the line in 3 months' time. And that is certainly the view of Aulas, who himself suggested the player will do everything he can to find himself in a position where he moves to Barcelona in January. Meanwhile, it's now been revealed why Barca didn't complete the signing of Eric Garcia, with Manchester City's football operations officer Omar Barada explaining the English club's stance on the young centre-back. According to Barada, it was worked out that Garcia's value to the squad this season was greater than what Barca were offering, with the citizens paying the price for their lack of depth in the back line in 2019-20 and a congested fixture list promising to make this season even tougher to navigate. Nevertheless, it looks like the 19-year-old is destined for his dream move back to the Camp Nou in 2021. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another great video like this one. Another player who could be leaving the Etihad for free next summer is all-time top scorer Sergio Aguero, who is yet to sign a new deal with the citizens and so would be able to negotiate a pre-contract with another club in January. And even if he does sign fresh terms with City, the club have previously suggested he'll be able to leave when he wants. So it's perhaps no surprise that the Argentinian striker continues to be linked with Inter Milan, who signed a number of aging stars this summer. Over the weekend, Calcio Mercato reported that Inter could line up a move for Aguero as a potential replacement for Lautaro Martinez, who despite staying at the club this summer, will no doubt attract more interest from elite clubs in 2021. According to the Italian outlets, they would hand the former Atletico Madrid striker a 2-year contract, worth between €7 and €8 million a year. The report also suggests that Man City see Borussia Dortmund's Erling Braut Haaland as the ideal replacement for Aguero, and who could blame them? The 20-year-old has already scored 10 goals for club and country this term, and is currently contributing to a goal every 54 minutes in the Bundesliga. The Norwegian's release clause at Dortmund comes into effect in 2022 and would make him available for just £62.5 million, but apparently City could offer as much as £90 million to get him early. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi continues to be linked with a reunion with Pep Guardiola, with the Mirror suggesting the club will happily see Aguero leave if they can get his countryman through the door. Messi is of course also out of contract in 2021, and as yet there have been no developments on a new deal. We expect the outcome of the club's presidential elections next spring to be decisive. Speaking of players out of contract, David Alaba's situation at Bayern Munich is yet to be resolved, meaning as things stand he'll be leaving Bavaria for free next summer. And while Manchester City were the club most strongly linked with the Austrian utility man this summer, reports this week are suggesting that Juventus are now favourites to sign him. According to Mundo Deportivo, Alaba has no intention of extending his contract at the Allianz, and multiple outlets are claiming Italy is his preferred destination. However, with no solid source, this appears to be just hearsay for the time being. But he isn't the only Bayern stalwart who could leave next year. Unlike Alaba, Jerome Boateng is open to signing a new deal with De Roten, but admitted that he'd potentially be keen on a move to the MLS when his time in the Bundesliga comes to an end, as well as a return to boyhood club Hertha Berlin. Back to Barcelona for now, as according to Calcio Mercato, there could be a new development in the club's efforts to shift Ousmane Dembele. Having been unable to sort a permanent switch for him to Man United, the Blaugrana could pursue a swap deal with Juventus, which would see Federico Bernardeschi move to Catalonia in return. The club have a strong relationship with their Italian counterparts already, having bashed out a similar deal for Artur and Miralem Pjanic at the start of the summer. And while Dembele was reluctant to leave the camp now in the window, his lack of game time under new manager Ronald Koeman could make a move more appealing for the Frenchman. Meanwhile, Bernardeschi is yet to play under Andrea Pirlo at Juve due to injury, but may also be open to a move, having seen his minutes slashed in Turin over the last 18 months. But at this stage it's very much paper talk. We'd be surprised if this developed into anything more than just a rumour anytime soon. We finish up with an old rumour which may have some legs once again. With Man United's defence the subject of major scrutiny in the early weeks of the season, Mundo Deportivo have reported that the English club could go back in for Real Madrid's Raphael Varane. Strongly linked with the Red Devils during the days of Jose Mourinho, Varane turned down the chance to sign for the club in 2016. But with less than 2 years left on his current deal at the Bernabeu, it's thought he could be the subject of renewed interest next summer. The Frenchman has won all there is to win in Madrid, with 3 La Liga titles, 4 Champions Leagues and a Copa del Rey to his name, and is now in his 10th season at the club since signing from Lyon all the way back in 2011. Pretty amazing when you consider he's still only 27 years old. We wouldn't be surprised if Varane is up for a new challenge, but whether it's at a club who right now look like they'll struggle to secure Champions League football for next season is another matter entirely, even if United can offer an increase on his £150,000 a week wages. They will no doubt have to offload Phil Jones and Marcus Rocco too, something they struggled with in the last window. But can you see Varane leaving Madrid next summer, and if so, where? Let us know in the comments below. So that's all we have time for on this week's Euro Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like and of course subscribe to EFD. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.